the many. Anyway, so I'm going to get rid of Twitch chat. I'm going to get started. I'm going to load it in here. I'm going to be talking all about D.Va, everyone's favorite Korean superstar gamer. D.Va's an interesting hero. She's sort of dipped out of the meta, now might actually dip back in because of one crucial fact, and that is that Pharah is actually seeing a resurgence. So D.Va is a very, very hard counter to the Pharah, so pretty good. Like, if you ask any Pharah main, if you ask my good friend Valkyr, what heroes doesn't he like? He doesn't like Divas, he doesn't like Ana. And the reason why is simple. The Korean Future Vacuum, the defense matrix, is one of the most powerful abilities in the game, and when projectiles are on the field, actual physical projectiles, not hit-scan weapons, it is so easy to just catch them. So easy to just catch them and get rid of them. So D.Va is very, very strong. Okay. I'm watching this naked with Noxfest. Thank you, chat. Anyway, as usual, chat, if you have questions, best to save them towards the end, or maybe during the round transition, but usually at the end is best, where we'll go through questions for a good 20-30 minutes. But D.Va recently saw quite a hefty nerf. This is post-patch. This is why I wanted to do this, because a lot of the D.Va footage I got was before the patch, and this did happen down here. This change right down here, this lovely, lovely change, where she lost a ton of armor, like an absolute fucking ton of armor is being shaved off. She no longer has 400 armor or 500 armor, or however much armor she had. Instead, she has 200. That goes away very quickly now. And then when she doesn't have armor, you can really feel it. A lot of tank busters, for example, are actually pretty bad at taking away armor. So the way that I think of armor these days is it's basically your protection against getting busted. And like, if you think about Roadhog or Reaper, when you're shooting into, and Bastion as well, when you're shooting into the armor, it's quite slow damage. It's quite low damage. When the armor is gone, you just annihilate them. So you've got to think about that in terms of how much freedom you have with D.Va. Okay, and that's literally how I think about D.Va. And this is going to sort of shape a lot of how I'm going to coach. Is basically when you view this health bar, okay, you've got the full health bar, then you've got like the armor section. And then you got this whole health section. And we're just going to like focus on this. I'm going to color it yellow because it's yellow in game. When this is gone, that's when you've got to get out. And I've drawn a penis. Congratulations. But when this is gone, you've got to get out. You can't stay around once your armor is stripped away. That's your signal to leave. It used to be that you could stay in for absolutely ages, but you can't afford to do that anymore because people can shoot you in the bum. And your bum is very vulnerable. You can't leave it hanging out because people are just going to kill the shit out of you. Okay. Let's talk about what D.Va is good at, what D.Va is bad at, how to use D.Va, what are her strengths and weaknesses, what does she bring to the team? Well, she absorbs a shitload of damage, defense matrix is really good, she's very strong with the team lineup we have if we keep on the Reinhardt, because a Reinhardt barrier plus a D.Va, it's very hard then to break the barrier. Very, very hard to break the barrier, especially if you're relying on a projectile-based DPS like Pharah, for example, like Junkrat, for example. It's so easy to catch the big sources of damage. Soldier rockets are another one, and you definitely want to be making sure that you flick up the defense matrix, catch the big sources of damage, and Reinhardt's barrier will last so much longer. You'll be able to push in, no problem. You talk to any Reinhardt main, my good friend Ryan Central, for example, he loves it when D.Va just hangs out with him, puts the barrier up, keeps him moving forward. D.Va also deals very good damage at close range, but the thing with D.Va's damage is this, okay? Whenever you are dealing damage as D.Va, you have sacrificed movement. So you are basically making a choice of, I am not going to be able to move, but I'm shooting. D.Va is pretty good at taking down barriers, she's pretty good at taking down Roadhogs, as you've got to see here, super low instantly. Team is down, team is fighting, and again, we've sort of committed hard on this Tracer. We're not going to be able to really hunt down Tracer, we're just not mobile enough. We can make life a little bit tricky for her, but unless we're right in her face, she's so small, slender, svelte, that she can just dash away. She's not really threatened by us. We want to be shooting big, chunky targets, and targets that get into our face and make life difficult for them. We can put pressure on Tracer, very rare that we're going to kill her. So we should honestly not really care about the Tracer too much back here. We shouldn't be defense matrixing this. Just like, what are we really stopping here? Hey, Athron Talan. Welcome to the many. Thank you for the sub. You're asked, you British. Thank you, Infra. Anyway, like, I'm not sure why we're defense matrixing this when we should be looking to cover this. The lone Tracer isn't really worth stopping the damage on as well. She's just not really going to be able to pick off too much. We should definitely be catching this Fire Strike. I think it might have just brushed us, which is a little bit of a shame. But you definitely want to be looking for the, like, this is an instant read of, and it's a bit of a shame that we toggled this off, but that's an instant read of, oh shit, Fire Strike. And the nice thing about projectiles is you only have to have the defense matrix up for a second to catch them, and you have all the projectiles travel time to be able to sort of deal the damage. We're actually a little bit stuck up here because our damage at this distance, even on a big target like Roadhog, you notice that, you know, we've been shooting and we got damage jump and he's barely lost like 50 health. we aren't a threat at this distance, and that's sort of the big issue right now, is that shooting like this is just like the Reaper, coaching the many Reaper we did yesterday. Shooting like this is just not doing anything at all. Want to be a little bit careful. We get lucky here that we sort of catch the Tracer when she just bumps into Roadhog and almost dies as a result, but Roadhog should realistically be able to finish this off himself. But we get a little bit lucky there. McCree's a little bit of an issue, but hey, we pair nicely with the Roadhog. He can now just land the hook. Easy kill for us, and we can push in. I also want to point out, one thing that I actually like a little bit is about this player. I believe he's a sub. But he's been making calls this entire time. Especially when he starts sort of turning... when stuff starts happening, he starts telling people what he's doing, what his plan is, where he's going, all that kind of thing. So yeah, he's just called Tracer's behind. He did call Tracer's low there when he just shot her once and she barely took like 10 damage. Now Tracer's low, and then the boop happens. That deals like 10 damage, it's not much at all. It's like 10-15 damage, I think. It's really nothing to consider reliable.
He can't heal. Finish this road.
And then push in. What was that? That was not a great charge. Yeah, and honestly, in this instance, you just stand on top of Roadhog and just shoot. Like, there's nothing here to really defense matrix anymore. Sleep Dart's already gone through. The most you're going to catch is the grenade. The grenade would actually be worth catching, to be honest. But you could probably just start drilling onto the Reinhardt and hope that the other DPS sources maybe come in. Ana is actually something that we can counter very, very effectively. Because if you're trying to heal as Ana, and there's just a D.Va defense matrix in the way, you aren't doing anything anymore. Luckily, the Reinhardt's done a good job here. I really like this move by Reinhardt, where he's just come in and he's just isolating the two supports. And so that basically means that you have free reign now to go onto their Reinhardt and just kill them, no problem. Hey, 5 months with Shirley. Beautiful. That font. Ugh. I need to fix that. Anyway, thank you, Shirley. No message. Surprising. Yeah, good isolation on the tank. Good, just drill him down with damage, and no problem. Does defense matrix work through a barrier? Yes, it does. Works through walls. I think it works through May walls. I'm not sure about actual walls. I am okay with this. Like, you'll hear me criticize naked bombs, but what I mean by naked bomb is D.Va's just thinking, fuck it, I'll just throw the bomb forward and see what happens. This to me has a plan behind it. There's an execution here where we are still contesting for the point. So this is basically a space creating bomb. We could have maybe gotten away with just holding out a little bit longer and not quite using it, but I get the idea here. The idea is pretty simple, is that the two supports have tucked back here, and with the bomb here, you just imagine like the danger zone being all this area. The supports have to run out and get into here to get to safety, because I don't think this here is actually covering them. I don't think that's actually going to stop this explosion. So the idea is, okay, I'm going to kill their supports. It's just a little bit unfortunate that then this guy turns up, and, you know, he's just like, howdy, partner, I'm McCree, I'm really angry, I'm going to shoot you with my big gun. And yeah, it's just no problem there for McCree, and he's going to kill absolutely everyone. But 2-for-1 trade. Feels good, man. Don't like Widowmaker's positioning here at all. This is a terrible angle to try and shoot a Tracer at. Really hard to actually get that kill, so... You see McCree's glow as he comes around the corner? Yes, you can. Okay, we're getting back to the fight. Again, another advantage of D.Va is you get back to the fight very easily. You're very mobile. And sometimes you want to exploit that. Like, I'd say right now with the team lineup that you are running, and the team lineup that we have, we actually are benefiting quite heavily from just staying near the Reinhardt, so we want to be pairing up. Now let's change the pink for this screen. Oop, there we go. So we're actually benefiting heavily by just pairing with the Reinhardt, because you have Widow, who's doing a lot of range damage, Roadhog, who's making a threat close up, but we could start having issues coming into this next area where Reinhardt's effectiveness is going to start dropping, and if Solji, for example, gets on the high ground, Zenyatta on the high ground, also very dangerous. That's what we're going to start thinking about very heavily. We also want to be definitely thinking about this Ana, and trying to get pressure on the Ana.
Holy shit, both healers are down.
I'm just having too much fun with these drawings. I fucking love these drawings. This is really good. Like, this is such a waste of defense matrix. I don't know why she's here. She's not protect. Like, don't do this. Let me highlight, like, this D.Va's mistake is actually a great example where I see D.Vas do this all the time, where they're just holding defense matrix for the sake of holding defense matrix. Why is she even here? She's not protecting anything. She's not acting like a tank. This is the equivalent of a Reinhardt putting his barrier up and just holding it up when the enemy team's just shooting at it, and he's got no one stood behind him. Exactly the same theory here, except defense matrix runs down even faster than the barrier does. So now this D.Va is completely vulnerable. And honestly, we could probably afford to chase this. Yes, good, good, good. She doesn't have any defense matrix left after this. She's dead. Pre-firing, trying to catch the exploded D.Va doesn't quite happen. Actually made a bit of a mistake here, maybe. Although priority shifted, stop that damage. That's good. Go back to the team. Just one minor note here. I would have liked to see us use the jet. Jet bump through on her and then go and pick this health pack up. The reason why it's pretty simple. It's D.Va's damage is like, you know, it's like dink, 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 dink. It's not like boom, dead. It's slow. This D.Va has time to run back and pick up the health and basically increases her effective hit points to about 250. Like, we should be denying her that resource actively. Wow. Roadhog is a pancake, apparently. But yeah, we are actually in a good position to then catch this. With the buffs to D.Va, we can now catch projectiles at very close range. You don't have to worry too much. We can just stop all the damage. Feels good, man. He's not doing anything. We should definitely be reacting to that, though. Like, now, with the buffs, and especially post-patch, I'm not actually sure if this might be post that patch. March 5th, it should be post that patch. It says when it was sent in. We definitely want to be like, the second you see a hook land, just put the barrier over him. Just put the defense matrix over him. It catches some, doesn't catch all of it, and might not have just been able to reach, but you'll be, like, even stopping half the damage is worth it. We definitely want to also be keeping an eye on, like, soldier on payload. Like, soldier's going for this flank movement. Like, I don't know why we're defense matrixing here. I kind of get why, actually, yeah. Trying to stop the Roadhog, but it would have been nice to just be able to catch that rocket as well. Just turn around with the defense matrix up, and you might be able to catch that. Yeah, if we just turn around with the defense matrix up, we stop the rocket. And so I think we could have maybe afforded to leave it up just a split second longer, if it was available. Because you want to be basically sweeping that across the battlefield. Now this really sucks, because now we're out of defense matrix, so honestly we should be letting this recharge a bit. Really bad Shadow. Oh, feels bad, man. That's such a disappointment. I'm not sure what led him. Why have you done this? Why? Why did you do this? Like, he's seen the Zenyatta. This man has seen the Zenyatta. He's just run out. Zenyatta's gone whoop, 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 and this guy should be just going, aha! I am a big happy fucking German man. I'm gonna ult the fuck out of this. Instead he gets everyone else but the Zenyatta, the one target you had to get. Feels bad, man. Feels bad, man. High noon. And yeah, that's a bit unfortunate. This is the problem when we don't have any defense matrix left. And honestly, I think we shouldn't have bumped there. Like, we should not have bumped here. We should just hold it. The reason is simple. He's actually put himself on like a plinth. He's actually on high ground here, where if you think about the line of sight of our team over our head, our team can actually see him quite clearly. Like, they have the hitbox very clearly in their sight. You know, especially this part of him. His fancy hat is very, very visible. When we boop him, I understand that we're trying to sort of absorb shots, but what ends up happening instead is that we just get killed by dashing forward, and then he's in a position now where he's actually a lot safer. He might not quite have the line of sight himself, but he still gets 2. And honestly, it'd be better to just leave him up there so that Widowmaker, for example, could get an easy shot, or your team can see him very clearly and just put defense matrix on him and he can't do anything. This goes into a lot of detail? Yes, I do. That's the point of coaching them. That's why it's better as a live show, because it's like an hour coaching. Is these golden Diva guns? Yes, they are. These are nice golden joysticks. Fancy. There's an interesting debate that happens here.
No. Once y'all ready, let me know. Widow, do you want that nano? No. Are you sure? I'm sure.
Never give Widowmaker a nano boost. The reason why is very simple. Widowmaker, shots to kill, most targets, 2. Widowmaker nano boost, shots to kill, most targets, body shots, 2. Doesn't change anything. 180, it's not 180 damage. Pretty confident. Because Widow's body shots deal 100 damage, so it'll be 150 damage a shot. And even on tanks, that doesn't make enough of a difference. We should catch this, the animation for Sleep Dart.
180 damage. Why does every monster do that?
Like, make sure that we know these animations, especially when you see an Ana like this. Like, we should have defense matrix up now, by now.
Oh shit,
and honestly, just putting a defense matrix on an Ana and closing in on her is worthwhile, because if Ana's defense matrix, she cannot heal. This is like the one healer that you can stop healing on and completely ruin the effectiveness on. It's a good bomb, good zoning bomb. There was some coordination with the team as well, saying that, yeah, you're going to drop it. Again, I'm fine with this bomb. This isn't so much of a naked bomb as like a, we are pushing now, we are creating space. The enemy team has nothing to stop this. There's no barriers around. So I can just shove this out here, and they are forced to sort of scatter away from the payload, and we can start getting around this corner. So I am fine with this bomb. Don't expect it to get any kills, but expect it to zone the enemy team and your team to push off the back of it pretty heavily. The result is Zenyatta goes flying, Anna stays alive. But now, honestly, we can just stay on this Anna, no problem. Anna goes down, okay. Like us to be keeping an eye on this Roadhog, we are still a tank. Like, someone else can put a threat to this. This is a bigger worry to us. And the reason why it's pretty simple is this guy could focus on us and just start putting damage on us. Let's change color. So this Roadhog could conceivably just hook us and put threat in our back, but he's also looking to get hooks on other targets. We can shut this guy down completely. This D.Va is already shut down. She doesn't need to be shut down anymore because the rest of your team is conceivably following up behind you, so the rest of the team can easily deal with this D.Va. She's not that much of a damage threat either. She's not really going to be able to kill you or the Reinhardt in good time compared to this guy who can absolutely murder fucking everyone. So we want to make sure that we are isolating this Roadhog. Because you hear the Roadhog and then you lose your ammo. And we could have been babysitting that. We could have definitely been looking out and stopping this guy. And now we get stuck in a position where we have one ult behind us and one ult in front of us. Luckily, the Roadhog doesn't actually get the value ult. If they were better coordinated, they could have just put that onto the barrier and then just nanoed. Feels bad, man. Luckily, the res comes in, picks you guys back up. And now you can definitely focus on the D.Va. Like, when the hook lands on the D.Va, that's when we start drilling. Unfortunately, Reinhardt takes D.Va away. Feels bad, man. Okay. Don't want to block this? Good. Good. Like, you have a Widowmaker in your team. When you have a Widowmaker and they have a McCree, or even a Soldier 76, you just blocking the ultimate for as long as possible, buying Widowmaker time. Widowmaker hits this shot 10 out of 10 times if she has, like, a space to breathe. And she will have space to breathe in this team fight. She's on high ground, probably uncontested. She can easily land that shot, no fucking problem. Feels bad, man. I see. Bit of an awkward position. Roadhog going on an adventure. Payload still moving, fine with us being on the payload. We can keep people knocked off it, make sure that everything's hunky-dory. Bit of a pity that that doesn't get the kill. We should be staying on the payload though, we definitely stay on the payload. Maybe block some of this damage coming in, but this Roadhog's now free ult charge, so let's just hunt him down and kill him. Be careful about booping him through a door. Good.
There's an Ana behind us. There's an Ana behind us.
There's an Ana behind us? There's an Ana behind us, yes.
Yeah. The fuck? They're all so out of me right out of spawn.
Good kill.
Thank you,
Ana is dead 24/7, someone blamed for not healing. Oh, it's honestly, part of our responsibility is to make sure that she stays alive against the threats hunting her down. Like, we can stop damage on pretty much anything on this team. Because they don't have Zarya or anything like that to stop us. That's unfortunate. But Roadhog, honestly, like this hook out of Roadhog. Remember, Roadhog players. If you land a hook, you are also stunning yourself as well as the enemy. If you are stood in line of sight, which this guy is, he's like a big fat fuck here. This is Roadhog, he's got a big hook, his big gun. Like, he's in complete line of sight here for the entire enemy team. He shouldn't be stood there. He gets the hook, does get the Ana, but raids himself for it. Slight worth, I guess, maybe. But this is good. Like, Reinhardt plus D.Va, this barrier is just hitting 1,000 now. Like, it's amazing how long it lasts, and honestly, we could have kept that barrier alive during this period rather than trying to cut the D.Va off. D.Va's super low, but honestly, going for this is too risky, I'd say, right now. Interesting Widowmaker positioning. We can definitely stop a lot of this damage on the Reinhardt. Feels good, man. Okay, they've used Transcendence for some reason, which is actually really good for us because we have a lot of resources available. We probably have Earthshadow available soon as well. Bomb didn't quite go where we want, but I think it's worked out anyway. Holy shit. Yeah. I see what we were going for here, and I like the idea. I appreciate the idea as well. You're just trapping them with no good options, where you want to make it like, I think the idea was to launch this a bit more this way and the path that they're trying to retreat to, and then Reinhardt could just come in and get like the easiest Earthshadow of his life as they try and tuck in this way, which I actually like. Again, this was a good D.Va roll in my mind. It wasn't a a speculative naked D.Va roll. It's just trying to catch them in an awkward position, trying to catch them out of position, force them into a movement that they don't necessarily want to make, setting stuff up for your team. Honestly, at this point, we should be ranging forward. Like, most of their team is dead. Almost all of their team is dead. We don't need to be on the payload. We already have a bunch of people on the payload. We have high mobility. We can just go and stand in a doorway to slow down the enemy team. We should be doing that. Like, Roadhog can do this. Reinhardt can do this. Anna can do this. Other people can do this. We could be body blocking at the spawn. We definitely want to be, like... Look at the damage we're doing. I just want to highlight how fucking nothing our damage is on a target with nano boost and armor. Like, even the Roadhog shooting it, that health bar hasn't moved. We should just be blocking this. It's, again, knowing your range damage. You do not deal effective DPS outside of 2 meters. We should definitely just be blocking all of this. So, because he's purple, he can't self-heal, he can't do anything, he can't move. He's just a free kill for our team. If we just block all his damage. Let the team deal with it. You've got to, when you're playing D.Va again, you've got to be able to put stock in your team and just say, okay, you guys are doing it. You guys have to do the DPS, because I can't tank and deal DPS at the same time, and you should be prioritizing make sure your tanking's happening. This is a bit unfortunate. We should be trying to spread out. So just a little bit of just a mistake where we're just stepping back next to the Roadhog, and we're basically giving Genji free value. Every slash is just easy. Apparently, he didn't notice the Anna, and Anna was very surprised by this. So the few times that Anna has survived the entire fight, free ultimate charge, feels good, man. Again, we could leave other people to deal with that Genji, to be honest, and we could be blocking the doorway. We should definitely think about parking the bomb. I wouldn't have necessarily parked it there. The reason why is that they can just tuck in under the payload. Luckily, they don't manage to do so. Beautiful ragdolling there. Where I would have parked it is simply here. Like, launch it and just launch it at this plant. Or just put it on this plant. That means that they can't run in and just tuck under here and be nice and safe, like this McCree could have. They'd have to run into your team and try and get behind the payload where your team is standing to survive that, and that's just putting them on top of Reinhardt, who will then just kill them. And definitely a good value bomb there. Good value bomb. Round 1 complete. I need some coffee. Hey, coffee.
Yeah, we're on.